Merry meet everyone. Samhain is right around the corner, and I think this would be a really cool Halloween witchy project to do. So I did this. Let me move this out of the way. This was the original mold that I bought from a lovely girl. She is a small business owner, and she made these cute little adorable cauldrons. So they essentially look like this without the handles on it. Comes with a spot for the top of the cauldron. It also comes with these little pieces to make like I don't know what you call them. Whatever holds the handles on. And when it comes with rings, where did I put the ring? Right. And then it's got spots for rings. So you make the ring, you put it before. I did this without the ring on it. In fact, I think I broke. Did I snap this one? No. No, I did not. So I did. You can basically hold the rings, put this piece on, seal it with, these are meant for UV resin, the little ones. You can use the 2-part epoxy, but I originally did these with resin, and then seal the ring on. It also comes with a handle to hold us up. In fact, I think, yeah, these are the ones I broke. I don't like this because you have to break these in order to get the handle on. And yes, I know this is black and the cauldron's blue, but I can't find the piece that I made it with. And I'm also missing one of the tops because it comes with really cool different tops. So you can pick and choose what you want your cauldron to look like as soon as this cooperates with me. And if I'm out of view, I'm sorry. I'm having some technical difficulties. All right, and basically that's how you're supposed to put the handle on, and I don't like it. If you guys like it and you get this mold, have at it. That's what this piece here is. Then you have the rings, and then you have the little connectors to connect to the rings to the handle. But the only way you can get that handle on is by literally taking a pair of scissors and cutting into your rings, and I am not a fan of that. So I'm just going to take this off. It also comes with a little bubbly mold section. I did this one in a nice transparent green. Fits right on top, and it looks, you know, depending on what kind of base you make, and you can make these obviously any color you want. They also have one that kind of looks like a smokestack. Again, I can't find it. I think my cats took off with it because they like to play with absolutely everything, and I can't leave anything in my house. So I can't show you what that looks like on the little one, but I am going to do it on the big one because she made large ones, and I bought one. I haven't tried this out yet. This is the first time I'm using it, but I love the little ones. They're great for like doll houses and whatnot. If you want your kids to deck out their doll houses for the holidays. I'm gonna have to clean this because I got glitter everywhere. But so it comes with, she set them up slightly differently than the little one. The little one literally is one mold, has everything you need on it. Again, I have glitter everywhere. Careful with your glitter. And then the big one comes in 3 different molds. So you have the cauldron, you have the smokestack, and you have the bubbles, the lid, the rings for the cauldron, and then the connectors for the rings. She did not do the handles on this one, which is fine by me because that would probably be a pain to cut in order to put the handles on, and I didn't like them anyways. So I'm excited to see what this looks like, and we are going to do this together. I am going to do a transparent bubble. I'm probably going to do green, and then I am going to do glow in the dark in clear, and I am just going to fill this with glow in the dark clear. Hopefully not too thick because I want it to slightly be see-through, not see-through, but let light shine through it. And basically what I want to do with the big one is stick a light in the base of this, because I have a light that will fit in this, and have it light up through either the bubbles or the smokestack that I don't have to show you. And then of course, you know, the lid. I'm going to do a nice lid so you can, they're not all going to fit in here and hold on to it. That would be great, but it'll definitely be playable. You can even use it as a candy dish, a small candy dish, but a candy dish nonetheless, or a trinket box and hide your things. You know, you can use so much for these. When I do sell them, I am going to sell them as a complete set. So the cauldron is going to come with the smokestacks, the light, and the bubbles with the lid. And the large and the small ones are going to be sold separately. She had an image on her website One of the cauldrons was orange and she literally painted a pumpkin face on it. I thought that was so cool, but I don't want to do that per se. At least not yet. Maybe in the future. I wanted to do, you know, something really cool, utilize, you know, for more than just a trinket box, because I have so many of those on my shop as it is. All right, so I am gonna get some resin mixed up and ready to go. And then I will see you guys in a few minutes. And I'm going to do that off camera because if you need to see me mix any of the resin, you can watch any of my previous videos from the beginning. It's very simple. Just measure your resin, whatever kind of resin you're having, according to directions. Mix for 5 minutes and add your pigment. I also, on that note, want to do something to a nice pearly, almost like maybe not quite like gunpowder effect, but give the cauldron a little of a sparkle. I might actually add fine glitter into it too. We will see, because I don't know how well it's going to come out, but I will be back with that. Alright, I have the resin mixed. Let's get some of this stuff out of the way. And then I have some cups to pour some of this out of so I can have it for the smokestack and the bubbles. The rest of it's pretty much going to be black. Yeah, everything else is going to be black. So I don't want too much of anything. Oops. So I'm probably going to do about 1/2 ounce for the bubbles. That should be more than enough. And then I am going to do, I don't know, 40 ounces. Apparently we're going to do 60 ounces. 60 ounces. No, sorry, not 60 ounces. 60 milliliters. I think that's about 2 ounces of the resin for the smokestack. That should be more than enough. And then whatever I have for the black is going to be black, and if I don't use it all, that's totally fine, because I have other projects that I need to do with black. I'm going to do the colored ones first, and I will show you why, because I did not measure these. I have no clue how much needs to go in what. I need to grab the green. I got this in one of my jewelry kits. Don't know why, but it's very convenient to poke holes in my alcohol inks. Just make sure you have something to clean up anything that spews, because sometimes it does spew like that. Oh, I don't know if I like that color. It might be too blue. Alright, well, here's the grass green. This one might be a nice color. Let's see. Put it in there. And grass green looks like a winner, and I'm going to put some lemon yellow in it because the grass green still does not look good enough. Where is the yellow? Oh, it's just lemon. Excuse me. Oh, 2 drops of each. And we will mix that up and see how that looks, and if we need to adjust it, we can. Actually, I want to stick. That's good. More yellow. Maybe a little more of each. Ooh, that looks good. I like that color. Yeah. Alright, so, like I usually do, get my tray out here. It makes it easier to move things. Almost makes it easier to move things. Yeah. here. And let's pour. Let's see which one's deeper. This one. I'm going to spray this with a little rubbing alcohol, get rid of some bubbles. That is totally going to spew out on me, because this mold is not... What is with me and molds? I swear, every freaking time I get one that's always warped or uneven. These are made by her. I don't know how much a professional mold maker she is. I wish these were a little sturdier, because this leg is bent. Alright, anyways, I'm going to move this out of the way. I have to keep an eye on that. Alright, next we've got the glow in the dark. Glow in the dark. I'm using this glow in the dark powder. I don't remember what company it was. I got this in a set. There's literally a whole bunch of different colored glow in the dark powders that it comes with. And I got it on Amazon, so if they still are selling them, I will link that below. If they are not still selling them, I will find an alternative for you. Because you can find glow-in-the-dark pigment almost anywhere. I'm going to start with that much, because you don't need a lot. Although this is the first time I've used this in epoxy resin. I normally use this in UV resin, and that is clumping on me. That's going to be interesting. Alright, definitely needs more, but I'm going to mix this up as I go. I'll spread this out. Should be careful not to make any bubbles, but I don't have a flashlight. Awesome. I don't know how. Kind of want this to glow in the dark without the light. At the same time, I still want it to be somewhat transparent. So it looks like smoke or steam. Maybe a little bit more. Cyan is my favorite color. Usually get a nice, good, rich glow in the dark with that. I suppose I could have done like, looks white, but it's supposed to show green. That might have been really cool. I guess it doesn't matter what color you pick, as long as it has that more of a white look to it when it's not glowing, so you can get it to look more like I said, steam or smoke. I also want to make sure the light kind of shines through it, because whether I put one solid light or a color changing light, alright, that should be fine. I am gonna sprint some rubbing alcohol in here. I want to try it. I saw somebody else do this, and I just want to see if that actually helps, because I mixed the crap out of this. And I'm just gonna see if I can squish the bottom of this, see if I can get any air pockets that may be trapped to the bottom out, and then pour the rest in here. You know what? Let's make a mini version while I'm at it. Might as well. I have all the stuff. And I didn't put this in the tray. Awesome! Alright. So. Next is the black. I'm also not sure exactly how level these are. Like I said, I already had an issue with this one. bubbles out of there. Don't need bubbles in my bubbles. Okay. Should be good. And then the rest of this, so any of this glow in the dark. Oh, did I just stick that in the glow in the dark? Wow. Anyways, any of the green or the glow in the dark is not going to show up in the black, which is why I said to mix the black last. I'm going to get this out of the way. Try not to spill any of it. So now I can pour all of it back in here. And then pour the green in here. Sorry if I was off camera. And then we are going to get some black mica powder. Alright, so I got this somewhere. I'll have to look. Either at one of my craft stores, hobby stores, online. I'll have to look. If I can find it, I will link it below. But there's an alternative to making this because I don't like. It says gun color. It's supposed to be like a gunmetal, which is kind of more like a hematite color. If you guys know what a hematite stone is, it's kind of like a black metallic, and it's not very metallic. And you can see that. I'm going to pour it over here. And of course it clogs the tip all the time. So I have opened this. And it's going to spew. I know it is. Oh, that's really in there. Told you it was going to spew everywhere. Another reason why I hate this type of pigment. But as you can see, it's got a nice curly metallic-y color. There is an easier way to get that color without dealing with this stupid thing. I want it to be more black. I don't mind wasting this. The sucker wouldn't jam up on me every few minutes. Definitely need to make sure. Oh. How many things? Alright, I do have mica powder that I do want to put into it. So, oh wow. Maybe I might save my mica powder. I kind of put a little too much in there. And that's quite alright. I need to get rid of that color anyways. So, anyways, to make this without buying this, you need black pigment, whether you do it in a powder, whether you get, this one I think is Let's Resin. Yeah, Let's Resin, mica powder, Let's Resin, pigment paste, alcohol inks, pigment dye. This is starting to get warm. Any black pigment meant for resin. And then you can get the pearl alcohol ink from, I don't know what company this is. I'll have this link below because I got this on Amazon. You get a nice pearly, it's got an actual shaker ball in it. Still clogs a little bit, not as bad. You get a nice pearly accent like this. I want to add just a little bit more pearl in it because that black kind of very pigmented. I'm shocked. There's not enough pearl. I really want some pearl in there. Wow. Alright, that's enough. This is starting to get hot. I don't want it to flash cure on me. Alright, I'm going to bring that tray back. And we are going to pour in and see how much it actually takes to fill up. So right now I have 8 ounces in this cup, and I started off with 250 milliliters. So we are going to start with the cauldron. Of course, pour up high, nice and slow. I do not know how thick the bottom is going to be. I do know if this is anything like the miniature one, the filling in the center is going to be a pain in the butt to take out. How do I know this? Because it is not straight. It's not straight cylinder like all the other molds, which makes it really easy to come out of the mold. It's rounded, so it actually contours to the shape of the cauldron. And in the little one, it's a bit of a pain, and if you're not careful, you may break your mold. So if you get this mold, and I will link it below, it's from a girl who owns a company called Kitsune Craft. Like I said before, this is the first time I have used this mold. Just squeeze that a little bit. Maybe I put too much in for this. Just trying to get some air pockets out, if there's any air pockets. Don't care about the micro bubbles. Okay, I'm gonna let that settle. Let's fill this. Oh, I might actually use something else for that. Now you want to get it in the hole, but I want to slowly get in the hole for the handle of the lid, because I don't want any air bubbles in it. In fact, let's not that mess. Alright, I'm going to put this somewhere level. I will let you see it when it is done curing. So that is all I'm doing for today. Just going to clean up a little bit of the mess. Alright, everything has been cured. So we are going to unmold. I want to do the big ones first because I, for the most part, know what these are going to look like. I'm more curious to see how these look. I want to do and how hard it is to take them out. I did, before they got too hard, go around and clean some of the edges because they did spill out a little bit. It looks like I might have to do some sanding, but I think I might have cleaned a little bit too much of them. I do think I have a feeling that this, I probably should have put more mica powder in it, but oh, that came out nice and easy. Actually, you know what? I might do the big one and then the small cauldron so I can show you what I mean by, well, actually, this is being slightly difficult too. You got to be careful when you take these out. You don't want to rip your mold. Oh, painlessly. Alright, so it looks like just the bottom is see-through, and a little bit of the sides, but hopefully you don't see, actually that might be a pretty cool effect. Hopefully you don't see it too much in the light. Definitely textured on the inside. But cauldron, despite one little bubble, came out really well. Little nooks to put the little holders for the handles, I guess you want to call them. The rings. And that popped back in. And you can tell these were made by a non-professional company, and I give her props for that because they are actually pretty decent. So this little cauldron is actually a pain in the butt to get out. Oh, there is a gap there too. All right, well, now that I know that, so of course getting my finger in there. Ooh, oh, that came out a lot easier than it usually does, and my finger's stuck. Huh. Oh, and the ring popped off. I did not clean this before it hardened. There is a couple of bubbles in this one, which is a bummer. But, and that's what their little nook looks like for the ring to put in. But other than that, this came out pretty good as well. A miniature one. Alright, next, let's do the rings. Yeah, that's a little flat on one side, but whatever. I can just do it on, you know. I don't know if you can see that. I'm probably just going to have them on the flat side on this side, so you can see that. And I'm probably going to attach these with UV resin. I'm going to have to mix some black. This one was a little fatter right here. I had to clean it a little bit. I'm going to clean it a little bit more. So there's those rings, and here are these rings. And like I said, they got a wee bit messy. Still soft enough for me to do this with my nails, but I want to be careful because you don't want to break the ring. And of course there are some bubbles in it, which is annoying. I'll probably get an X-Acto blade and clean that one because that one's really messy, but I'll do that off camera. Alright, and then we've got these, and I'm hoping there's not too many bubbles. Oh, sweet. I think I filled them up a little too high, so I'll have to clean that. So if I do this again, I won't fill them up so high. And that goes right in here. And they fit. And then you can put some UV resin in, stick it, cure it, or even, I might even do, oh no, I don't know. Oh, I have epoxy resin, like glue. I might do that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I am curious to see if that stuff will in here. Alright. So this one wasn't as messy. Bubble. Let's take that out. But this one wasn't as messy, but it did get a bubble. So this is the first time I've used these. So far I'm liking how they look. And then these little pieces and bubbles galore. I'm probably gonna just take some UV resin and redo these. Oops, where'd they go? Because they're not very black. I don't like the bubbles. And then the lid. Nothing special with the lid other than the fact that for some reason she decided to do it crooked, which is fine because both of them are like that. And it fits the top quite nicely. Doesn't matter which way it goes, it still fits, although I do have to clean some of the edges a little bit. And again, I'll do that off camera. Alright, this lid. So really the only complaint I have, especially with this wasn't that bad, is the fact that the legs, like, this is a nice support, other than the fact that it was lifted a little bit and I had to weigh it down. But these legs are very flimsy. If they connected and this was a little sturdier, this probably would lie a lot, like, you see, like that. See how it dips down and then the little legs, it's like kind of tucks under. I don't know if that's because of the way it was shipped, it was made. That is really my only complaint with these. The little miniature one is the same for the most part, but not bad. These, they need a little more support. That's my only complaint. Everything else is just, you know, me and your kind of responsibility with the bubbles and whatnot and taking them out. Alright, so speaking of bubbles, let's get my little bubbly brew out. Ooh. What is that? Is that supposed to be like that? That is weird. I don't like that. Of course, I tried to clean it and I made it a mess. And I got a little black in it too. Oh well. So I like all this except for I think it's supposed to be like a handle. But oh, I wonder if it's supposed to be like a spoon. Like you're supposed to stir the ladle. I'm definitely gonna have to clean that. That fits. I'm probably gonna paint this brown. Next time I'll use mica powder. I didn't realize that's what it was gonna look like. But the bubbles came out nice. I'm excited to put the light in. Because this one I'm pretty sure doesn't have a little ladle spot. Oh, you know what? I think it does. I got bubbles in it though. Where's the other one? Yeah, I think I always had a bubble in it, so I never noticed. Huh. I learned something new today. Alright. And of course, that goes here. That fits nicely. That goes here. And then last but not least, this one's done, is the smokestack. And I don't know if I messed this up or filled it too high. But that's what the smokestack looks like. Kind of looks a little ridiculous, but you know what? Whatever. I think it's cool, especially when it glows in the dark, because this is going to glow in the dark. And again, I want to see what the light looks like on it. And then here's the little mini one. A little mini smokestack. So, and then of course that glows in the dark. So that looks cool. Yeah, I want to get a light and see, because I may have to paint the inside. I may not. What did I do with that light? What color is this one? Protective shade. I think this is the multicolored one. Yeah. So this is my multicolored one, and then I have one that's not multicolored. And we're going to put this one in. And then I'm going to put this. Ooh. That looks cool. So you're mixing your little concoction and the light turns. Whoops. Now let's see what the smokestack looks like. Oh, that looks nice. I like that. That may look ridiculous, but with the light in it, that looks pretty freaking cool. So that is awesome. And then, let's see what it looks like that. Yeah, that's see-through. That is so see-through. That still looks cool. Alright. So I do like it with the color, and I think I'm gonna sell these with the color lights. Alright, so let's finish putting these together. I'm still debating on whether or not I want to do the UV resin or glue. Alright, I am going to be using the epoxy glue. That'd be the best. Oh, there we go. Let me just get the air bubble out of it. Oh. And then I'm going to pour just a wee bit in there because I don't need that much. And clean this off. Alright, so this epoxy glue is quick setting epoxy, 5 minutes, so this is going to set fast. It also smells like high heaven. Like, it's disgusting. Probably just going to mix it with the silicone brush. That way it'll be easy cleanup. You are supposed to mix this 5 minutes setting. I don't want to mix it too fast. I mean too long. Just enough to make sure it is nicely mixed. Wow. That just, I forgot how much this stuff stinks. It has been so long since I used it. That way. So I'm going to pour some of this in. I'm just going to swish it around. Make sure this ring doesn't touch it. Because then you'll just glue it to the cauldron. And then press down and let it, like, not too hard, you don't want to break it, but just to let it in here. And leave your finger there. And go to the other side and grab a bunch. Am I off camera? I'm sorry if I am. And put it in. Just get it all in there. Just make sure it's not on the outside because you don't want to glue your ring. It's okay if you put a little bit more than needed. Not too much, just a little. And then fold that and put this one here. And hopefully this sets. Oh, it's moving on me. Crap. I think I bent it. You got pushed down too hard. Don't push down too hard. Just basically want to hold it in place. 5 minutes setting my butt. Oh, I should have just used the other glue. Or UV resin. Well, if this doesn't work, I'm going to use the UV resin. I don't particularly like using the UV resin because of it will sometimes still come out. Should be wearing gloves for this, by the way. It's just like epoxy. Like regular epoxy. You shouldn't be touching it with your fingers. So please do as I say, not as I do. Well, it looks like the epoxy is gonna work. I want to let this finish curing. But as for the rest of it, everything looks amazing. I cleaned it up. They all fit in their tops. I do want to paint this. So I will try to do my best to get final photos. Because this is freaking adorable. And they all fit. This is a little loose, but that's okay. And they look amazing with the light. So that is it for the video today. I'm not going to show you how I glue this. It's the same thing as these. I would use UV resin for these, but I do need to fix the rings because they came out a little messed up and whatnot. So I do want to make new ones of those. But everything else looks awesome. The tops all fit, they all work, they all have their own little bubblies. I wish I could get a little light for this because that would be so cool to have this tiny little miniature, you know, cauldron to go with the big cauldron and have lights. And oh my gosh, it came off. Didn't even notice. Yeah, I suggest to use the UV resin. It doesn't stink as much and you can set it and forget it. Well, having hold it, because it's supposed to set in 5 minutes. I'm not sitting here for 5 minutes. I'm sorry. So I'm going to let this cure. So thank you guys for watching. If you have any comments, you know, you can comment below. I'm going to put links to everything, especially these molds. Like I said, it is from a company called Kitsune Craft. It is owned by a lovely lady. As far as I can tell anyway, she seems very lovely. She makes all this stuff. So, I mean, there are some flaws, but I'm pretty sure I can find a way to make that mold a little sturdier. Like, I'll probably have to make a block or something to put it on. That way, because the only issue I had with these molds is it's a little thick on one side. But anyways, so yeah, like the video if you like what you see, and of course subscribe. So I will see you guys next time. Blessed be. Bye.